There's a learning curve for using moisture sensors to make sure you're irrigating your crops when they need water. Jackson County producer Jennifer James talked about her learning experience with those sensors in a presentation for the 24th Annual Arkansas Soil and Water Education Conference, which was held online this year.
One of the first things that we did was we installed some soil moisture sensors in a cornfield. Mike Hamilton and our county agent Matthew Davis, as well as some NRCS technicians, came out to teach me how to install those moisture sensors in the corn. We were using the watermark sensors with a Precision King monitoring system, and there was a lot to learn about how to install those within the row in the cornfield and to make sure that it was all working properly and doing a good job. One of the funny things that we did do that summer was I was working with one of our fellows on the farm to irrigate that field, and we were watching those sensors all summer long, and we encountered a day where we looked at the software program and it looked kind of crazy to us. This is a screenshot of what the sensors were telling us. The green line is the 6-inch depth, the yellow line is the 12-inch depth, the blue line is the 18-inch depth, and the orange one is 30 inches deep. So we had performed the irrigation around June 29th that year and saw that immediately all of the sensors were telling us to irrigate again. And we went out to the field and we looked at the soil, and the soil was still just sopping wet. I mean, it appeared that there was no need for irrigation. So we came back in and we looked at this, and we saw that 18-inch sensor on July the 6th above the red line, which indicates that it was time for irrigation. And I called Mike Hamilton and I said, Mike, this sensor's not working. Something's wrong with it. Come out. We need it to be fixed. And he pulled it up and he looked at it and he said, no, it's just that hot and it's just that dry. Your corn is actually using more water from the 18-inch depth than from the top, which made sense after he told me that, because that's where the root mass, most of the roots were at that time. And so we continued to irrigate, and as you can see, we irrigated every time it was necessary throughout the rest of the season and learned a lot about the sensors. After that season, we could see that understanding what the plant needed under the surface was very important. Simply to know that the surface was dry or was no longer good enough or accurate enough way to irrigate for the needs of the plant.